Okay, here's my two pickups from Obi-Wan Auctions. It's two Lando Skiff Guards. This one here is the Australian version, and this one here is the MIM. So you can see slight differences in the colours of the image on the back of the card. Also, the MIM figure, the Made in Mexico, is a lot darker. The skin tone's a lot darker, and that's the characteristic of that figure. The Australian one has the 3 neon non-offer, which came on the American 48 backs, but on the Australian it came on the 65 backs. Very nice to pick these two up. I mean, especially the Australian item, because they're so hard to acquire. It's not a perfect card, but this one is sealed. It's not a reseal. I bought a what was it, reuse last time. I picked that up at Sandown Park, and that was a reseal. Just looking at this, the glue on this side, well, you can see there's a little pull in the top corner. But to get anything Australian is really tough, you know. So finally I've got a truly sealed Australian card. There's the helmet. It's got quite some dings on the helmet, the blister. There's the figure, typical Hong Kong figure, I assume. 3 neon non-offer. See some creasing at the top of the card, around the hang tag, in the top corner. It says there's the offer, 3 neon, I'm scuffing there. So this is a New South Wales address. There's crease there. Neon figure offer, PO Box 72 Alexandria, and that expired 31st of December 1983. It's got the US address right at the bottom though. So yeah. So there's no mention of Toy Toys on this card. Has the HN for the factory that this figure was made at. Kenner under authorization. But it's all about that PO Box 72 Alexandria, New South Wales 2015. And you can get the neon figure. And Lando's number 4 there. See the crease in the top corner. Let's a good look at the figure. Silver highlights on the chest. The brown's still too dark for the actual actor, but still it's not too dark. It's the standard Hong Kong figure. Return of the Jedi logo. So this is your Australian Toy Toys figure. And then we've got the MIM next to it. So he's really dark in complexion. And his staff looks pretty dark as well. Card is in better condition overall. Blisters clear. It's typical of these MIM cards. There's the hole where the O is of in Return of the Jedi. You can just see the hole there, which they put in the factory, made in Mexico. It's a 65 back card. The back's less glossy than a typical US card. And the figure's a lot darker. So if you compare the two figures, you can see how much darker the MIM is, this one here. Maybe the trousers are whiter on the MIM as well. There's the typical Hong Kong staff. I think his staff's a lot darker. So I've got Mexican figure there, Liliede. Pretty cool to have the MIM Lando. It's been one I've wanted for ages. Okay, so there we go. Or we go there. So we've got the Australian carded Lando 65 back and the MIM Kenner 65. Well, both are Kenner really, so you know. Condition wise, the MIM's in much better condition than the Australian card, but you try finding any Australian stuff, it's so hard to find, especially over in the UK. And yeah, I mean, early Australian stuff is really expensive. I might actually have this card back. I'll have to check if I've got the Totoys card back for Lando. I mean, this same card back. But the Lando for the Australian card is the most common, I think. Well, that's the one that seems to crop up the most in the UK. The most I've seen it for is about £800. That might have been graded though, but or at least in an acrylic case. But yeah, he's the one that tends to crop up the most. The New South Wales address. Very nice. But just to get anything Australian is really, really not easy. And to get the MIM Lando is also a nice thing to do as well. So, time to stop waffling. Those are my two pickups from Oberon Auctions. I won them mid-April. I finally picked them up yesterday, mid-May. So, took about 4 to 5 weeks to get them. But it saves on postage. So, all I had to do is pay the entrance to, what do you call it? Sandown Park. And yeah, so those are my two Oberon Auction pickups. Lando Skiff Guard Disguise. Pretty cool figure. Especially like the Mexican figure in terms of how different it is to the standard Hong Kong. Anyway, time to stop boring you. Cheers, goodbye, bye.